G'day everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We have finally made it to Sharessa's Caress at Worm's Crossing just before reaching Baldur's Gate. There's a whole bunch of people here to interact with. We have already spoken to the lady of the house, or both of the ladies of the house. And yeah, we're going to explore further. And in this episode, hopefully, if we complete all of Sharessa's Caress, I'm sure we'll have to come back here. We will go back and fetch Shadowheart and see what happens next once we sort of begin her quest line to save her parents. So first things first though, let's try to go into this room here, assuming we can actually go in because the curtains are, you know, closed. But I do want to have a chat with Arthur and see if we can interrogate him about the explosives that were found in those toys. So yeah, let's see what happens. Should I be speaking to any of the other people before we even get started? Maybe. Maybe we can do that.
A new face? Looking for another chapter of dirty lore for your biography?
You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
An intriguing pair. Takes me back to my youth.
I wonder how old Halsin is, because he's an elf as well, right? Which means that he lives quite a long time. Interested, Halsin?
More than interested, if you feel the same.
Okay. What kind of services do you provide?
What do you think, silly? Love, of course. Hot and vulgar with me, or sweet and sincere with my sister. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
Yeah, no. We'll not request for their services. Because, well, for one, I'm not entirely sure what our companions will think, especially Shadowheart, considering we're trying to woo her. Just some regular old citizens. Queen Roll, the despoiler. Can I interrupt her dancing? Or perhaps maybe Monsieur Chapeau. Can I interrupt his violin playing?
Enjoy the fiddling. Throw a few coins our way and let us play on into the night.
Alright, let's have a chat with the
I
Queen.
want to have a word.
You can stare as much as you like.
And there's this door leading to just a balcony that has a very, very steep drop. That'd be a little bit uncomfortable. Let's have a chat with Arthur. Just trying to get our party members out of the way.
Nine hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now?
I found the explosive toy bears you donated to the refugees.
What? How? Nine hells? Whatever you think, you know. I'm sure some gold would help you to forget.
Keep your gold. I want answers.
I'm just a simple toy maker, an artisan. I don't know anything. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now.
They. Who is this they?
I can't tell you. I won't tell you.
I think we're going to have to intimidate him. Tell me who they are, or you'll be dead before they even get to you. Do I not get a guidance here?
All right.
Didn't need it.
Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Verloga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise, they'll kill me.
Okay, we've heard about that sob story before. This Verloga's fireworks, I think. We need to try and get there. Is there any way we can offer him protection? You still haven't told me who they are.
I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there, tell them Uncle Verloga sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
Ooh, okay. So that's our ticket into Baldur's Gate, perhaps. I'll need all your gold, too. Do we throw him in prison? Because perhaps maybe he's safer in there. I don't really know. Because they could end up, like, killing him if we let him free. I'm gonna do option 3, just because I think that's... Well, it is the right thing to do, but also I think he's going to be safer being locked up. What is this, bribery? The only place you're going is prison.
You can't be serious. They'll find me. A cell won't keep me safe. They run this city.
I think this is probably the best option. At least in the prison, there'll be walls to break through before anyone can get to you. I think maybe I'm a little too far from the rest of the party, and that's why I'm not really getting the bonuses as an option. Oof. Need 10 more. I mean, plenty of inspiration.
All right, I'll go. But if I'm found hanging in my cell, it'll be on your conscience.
I mean, it will be. I'm sort of crossing my fingers and hoping that that's not the outcome. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, Archducal Coronation Admission Pass. Oh. This pass grants access for bearer and entourage to Worm's Rock Audience Hall for the ceremony of Lord Gortash's elevation to Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Cool. So that sorts that out. We should be able to get to where we need to go. Let's send that to camp. That to... We'll just have a look at the journal for a second. Arabella is back from learning how to control her powers. We can trust that her magic will be there to help us when we need it most? When did this happen? I guess we need to go back to the camp to try and meet Arabella. Disable the steel watch. Yep, we're still working on this. Deal with the devil. Apparently Raphael is somewhere here in Sharessa's Caress. Ground floor. Oh, okay, waits us on the top floor. Sure. We'll have a chat with him, see what he wants next. I don't know what he has to offer us at this stage, though. Since Astarion doesn't really need anything anymore. Aside from Cazador's death, that is. Tonight's at Sharessa's Caress.
Cabaret here featuring Roll the Despoiler. The highest kicks in Baldur's Gate guaranteed.
Highest kicks. Borgus Elemen.
The two men bark softly to each other. A single name reaches your ears. 9 Fingers.
Yeah, let's listen in. I think this is the criminal underworld sort of organization. I forget their name, actually. But I know there's at least one organization that, you know, deals with the underworld. And then there's the Zentarum as well, right? So there's probably a few underworld factions.
You rats with the guild now. Heard 9 Fingers met a match.
The new kingpin? All meat and muscle, that one. And wild as a werebear. If he's looking to oust 9 Fingers, my blade's got his back.
Sounds messy as the 9th hell. Must be why she called us to help.
Is that right? The way I heard it, you Zent cut a deal with the new... Hold on. You there! Getting up in our affairs?
Yeah, okay, so one is from this 9 Fingers sort of group, and then the other one is actually Zentarum. Let's detect thoughts. Read the dwarf's mind. If we fail, we might have to fight our way out, though. Can I quick save here? Oh, I can. Alright, I did not realize you can do that mid-conversation. So we need a 10. That's not too bad.
9 Fingers won't be happy about Zenobia, and I'm not about to tell her.
Zenobia. I need to talk to 9 Fingers about Zenobia.
Better you than me. Now listen, I'll only say this once. Lower City, Basilisk Gate, Guildhall. And that's all you're getting from me. Now scram! The chat's officially closed.
Okay. I don't know about allying ourselves with the, either the Zentarum or the 9 Fingers group. Let's go back this way. Can we walk around the kitchen? I suppose a lot of stuff is locked. Sauceman chorizo.
Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type.
I'm not looking for service, thank you. Or got any food to spare?
I suppose, if you're willing to pay for it.
Okay, so he's just another trader.
Now get out from under my feet, would you?
Does it say anything else?
Oh, you'd better have a good reason for tearing me away from my prep station.
Not really. Okay, well, there's a locked room right here, which I'm very curious about, although it does mean that we would be breaking and entering, and yeah, we'd need quite a bit of stealth, because there are eyes everywhere, apparently. Perhaps maybe there's another way in. Also, I would like to also just acknowledge that there have been some comments saying that I might need to take a few more risks in this act, particularly with, like, you know, opening things that don't belong to us and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see how we go. Let's have a chat with this Valeria.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something.
She's asked me to find Lorgan's real killer, seeing as you can't be bothered.
Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
Who's Devella?
My assistant. She's posted in the lower city investigating Duke Stelmane's murder. Now, back to it. What have you found?
Gods. Stelmane is dead.
I thought he already knew that Stelmane is dead. Anyway, a group of shape-shifting assistants? A group of shape-shifting assassins were under the temple, along with more murder victims.
While that is startling, it still doesn't disprove my theory that Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, does it? I need proof. Hard proof. A motive, too, otherwise I'm afraid the case remains closed.
I mean, it literally is just the Absolute trying to replace people with doppelgangers, right? Don't suppose we can speak to Valeria again.
I presume you've found something interesting to discuss, if you're interrupting me again?
So we have this other body in the flop house. It could be related.
You're telling me more than one person has been killed? In Baldur's Gate? You must have something better than that. I need proof. Hard proof.
Okay. Still not convinced. Well, I suppose we're just going to be looking for Raphael in that case, and anyone else we can speak to in this place. And we should explore the outside as well.
To take. You're absolutely sure?
One thing at a time, I suppose.
Sharessa's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's the state.
Okay, assuming he's actually in here.
When you've met the drought.
Room key. There we go. Wow, look at that. That is a very beautiful looking bath. Oh, and what do we have going on here? I'll take those.
Just have such a head. I wish I could kiss you better.
Archducal Coronation Admission Pass. Well, we've already got one of those, don't we?
Let's see.
Yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces here. And take those. A silver cake stand. Oh. Oh my.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Kalim. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
Yeah, so she's got a tadpole in her, obviously. And, perhaps maybe she's a cultist. You aren't safe. Get out of here, now.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
What the
Your head
hell?
screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Okay. Whoa. There's another quake. Okay. Fist Jara. I would love to be able to save this lady, if possible. A bit difficult to do that without Shadowheart. What's going on with Holson? Why is he looking so fearful? I'm just looking at him and it doesn't say that he has fear on, so we're all going first. Should we be knocking out the Mind Flayer? I don't know. Maybe we could if we get the opportunity. Alright, let's get into this. So, of course I've got the wrong gear on, haven't I? Seems to be a recurring problem for us.
Battle
Will.
favors the fearless.
So, I've never used slow before. But perhaps maybe I could give it a try. Oh, it's for multiple enemies though, right. So, I should consider using that a lot earlier then. How much HP? 63. Okay, I don't think we need to overthink this. Booming Blade. Yeah, we might be able to do that. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be, you know, having headaches. Lae'zel. I think Lae'zel goes first. We can do this after a short rest. Let's do Soulbreaker.
You bow, or you break.
Oh, very nice. 36. Let's turn on the non-lethal attacks. But problem is, after a long rest, they pretty much get back up, right? Like, if this person's still here, they could be killed. I really don't know when I should be using non-lethal attacks, to be honest. But assuming that she cannot go back to what she was before, then, perhaps maybe we should just take her out. What's this one? Goading. Yes, goading should do, because that might avoid her attacking Noise. Noise? Okay, didn't get max, but that's okay. We could do a pommel strike. Though, perhaps what I want to do is click heals and just move out of the way. Let others get in. And, I mean, this seems like overkill. But it's an evocation cantrip, right? Which means that it's not going to expend anything. Yeah, we may as well.
I found my mark. Time to rest.
Okay, so let's have a chat and see what she says about the whole situation.
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver.
One word. Yuck. That thing could have killed you, and you're musing on its beauty?
How could I help it? I don't regret its death, but I marvel that such a work of art could ever live.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens, and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
So, perhaps maybe she knew that that person was tadpoled. The creature aroused you, didn't it?
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate.
You could just give me a few coins instead. I mean, no, we'll decline because Shadowheart, guys. I'm not interested in sex, but thanks.
Not sex. Something far more intoxicating. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
Sure. Let's close our eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be?
Contented.
You are more than contented. You are at total peace. Your belly is full, your mind rested, your eyes bright. No more will you hear the clang of steel on steel. No more will you fear the cry of a wolf, the growl of an ogre. You are warm. You are safe.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
Okay. That was kind of weird, but take a look at this. Dead fist, dead mind flayer, ruby ring. We'll just send that to camp. Let's check out the chests and stuff. So I was expecting to find Raphael somewhere here, but I don't see him anywhere.
If you seek rapture, find it elsewhere. I can show you but once.
Maybe he's out here somewhere?
Best be on my way.
No.
The librarian does this thing.
Oh, there are a few other rooms. Okay, I thought it was just only this room. I think we have to go back through the room though.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry.
Yeah, a couple more rooms. Let me take a look at the plaques, actually.
Nymph's Grotto.
Okay, it just tells you what the room name is. Elminster's Library.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
So Raphael should be in there.
Devil's Den.
I'm surprised he hasn't chosen this one. I thought he was in the library though. Let's check out the library first. Is anyone here?
What in the nine hells would you do?
It's a nicely decorated room though, I have to say. Let's take a look around. Ooh, there's a ladder leading upstairs. I don't want to rush into our interaction with Raphael because I sort of want to see if there's a way we can...
Always room for more.
You know, turn the tables on him, so to speak.
If you had any bargain.
So if there's any way for us to find any clues about how to defeat him or whatever, you know. The one that got a Thay. The text written on the back of this smut advertises it. A slow-paced... a slow-paced enemies to lovers tale featuring a bitter arch-wizard of Thay and his nemesis, a pure-hearted, muscled berserker. Okay. Overlapping lines. This book is redolent with the enticing smell of paper and ink. This publication describes itself in the introduction, a semi-annual magazine of drawings and tales telling stories of famed heroes of Baldur's Gate by their admirers, open to submissions from the public. Okay. There's a dog collar here? I wonder if we can give that to Scratch. The Apprentice's Companion, Book the Fourth. Uses of magic for particular quandaries. To reveal invisible traps, use fairy fire or sea invisibility. To bypass glyphs, use fly or gaseous forms. To block harmful spells that traps may trigger, use counterspell. So I didn't realize you could use sea invisibility to try and find traps. So there you go. Fion's journal. Why is Fion's journal in here? Oh yes, hang on. Yeah. Makes sense, because Fion's the sort of the librarian, right? So she normally occupies this room with her clientele. He's getting worse. The whispers, the night terrors, the blood. I know he's hiding something, and the others in the flophouse know it too. I've seen how they look at him, how they look at me. They're scared of him, and I can't blame them. I am too. The flophouse. So the people at the flophouse might know something more. Find the stern librarian Fion, but we've already done that though. Mamsel Amira, yep. We've sort of kept that to ourselves for now. Aid the Underduke. We overheard some gossip at Shress's Caress. Nine Fingers, leader of the city's criminal guild, is having her territory threatened by a new player on the scene, the Stone Lord. We should head to the guild hall to find out more. I mean, these are underworld figures, right? Like, do we really want to ally ourselves to one or the other? Perhaps maybe there's a better outcome depending on who you decide to work with.
Almost painful.
Yeah, music boxes worth something. Worth a little bit of money, so take that. Strapped choker leather ensemble. Okay, so you could wear these outfits if you really wanted to. Yeah, not really into that sort of stuff, but
let's have a look.
Whatever floats your boat, though. Born to be Wild. This unlicensed and certainly libellous pamphlet describes its contents. In this magical adventure, the one and only Elminster explains the inaccuracies to Volo of his accounts of the mating rituals of the Feywild, with very graphic demonstrations. Volo, yeah, speaking of Volo, we still need to try and find him somewhere in the city, right? Anyone caught pleasuring themselves in the library will be tethered to the bookcase of chained books. Any wizards caught examining the special collection without express permission will be commanded to read aloud to the whole library the passage they were enjoying. Anyone breaking the silence of the library will be promptly gagged. Yoshimo is willing. A revisionist sensation novella with a blurb. In this alternate history sex adventure, the one and only Yoshimo does not betray the Balespawn. In fact, he does almost anything the Balespawn asks for, very readily. Alright, so before we even venture into this room, I'm going to take the ladder to what I presume to be the rooftops, and I just want to have a explore around up here before we do anything else. So, you never know. I was sort of hoping, is there a way we can eavesdrop on, you know, conversations, or we could jump down this way and enter the room from the back if we wanted to. Wonder where that leads to. I definitely need to repair this place a little bit. But, okay, I don't really see anything, so... Unless there's something hidden away on some of the other rooftops. And this is, you know, the main way for us to get there. I didn't check out that tower, did I? Completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing up here, to be honest, guys, but just looking around, really. Hoping there might be something interesting. Okay, let's get back down. Let's have a chat with Raphael. See what else he can offer us. And in exchange for what is another thing. Because that's obviously the whole crux of it.
Almost painfully so.
Would there be anything in the skeleton? Probably not, but... The butler's cane has a knob on the end. This comedy of errors centers around the butler, Vincent Raspington, who, though he is a silly dragonborn with stiff manners and a generally baffled attitude to the goings on of fine fair ladies and their gentlemen, ends up going ass over tea kettle into extremely erotic situations with the local nobility. Needless to say, he's unprepared for it. There's a particularly good sequence in which Vincent, a 7-foot-tall dragonborn, must pretend to be a shy little gnome named Missy Wimplesnatch during a banquet. Guffaw. Okay, just sounds. Alright. Again, there's probably a little bit more we can maybe look at before we even enter this room. So there's a little room here tucked away. What do we have going on in here? Another type of room. Actually, let me read the plaque. Underdark room.
Journey to the Underdark.
Is there anything duller than a loyal dog? I much prefer it.
Again, the designs of all of these rooms are really, really cool, I have to say. Love how it's all very thematic. Complete with rotting bag. Alright. Nothing here. That is curious down there. We could perhaps reach it from this alleyway. Or
Even if you
through here. Yeah. Time for that chat with Raphael.
Devil's Den.
Oh! Kithrak Voss is here. Just who we need to see.
If you...
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it. And you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Okay. So he's managed to somehow switch off the effects of the tadpole. But it's probably not real. Yeah. Let's go with response 3. Another party trick. Show me something real.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing. Can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore.
Then speak freely. Tell me why you brought me here.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
Orpheus?
Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
Why would I want to free him?
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus, is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an elder brain.
Are we at a junction here? The Emperor is the only reason I'm alive.
No. Orpheus is the only reason you're still alive. The Emperor is abusing the Gith for its own ends. And it's doing the same to you. You're nothing more than the beast of burden that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
Oh, Lord. I do want to free Orpheus, to be honest. But at the same time, the Emperor has, you know, been helping us. But again, who knows what its true intentions are. And I did express some concern in the past of what happens after the Elder Brain is defeated. You know, does the Emperor then have any, I guess, any want to, you know, dominate the rest of Faerun? Who knows? Although he was living as a Mind Flayer already before he was captured by the Absolute's Elder Brain, right? So my assumption then is that he's got some pretty good intentions. Alright. Look, how do I free Orpheus?
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
I suppose you want my soul in exchange for the hammer.
You really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul. Succulent though it would be. I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
We might be switching from one problem to another if we give him the crown. That's how I think of it. What exactly is the crown?
Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Oh, okay, we've got an update for Gale. I think you'd make a fantastic Archdevil Supreme. The idea of you ruling all the Nine Hells doesn't really fill me with joy.
The Hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them.
Why haven't you gotten a hold of the crown already?
It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
It must really annoy you that some mortals managed to steal the crown when you couldn't.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? You trust him more than you trust the Emperor.
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Oh man. Where to begin? I think the worst case scenario here would be giving the crown to Raphael. That's sort of my thought at the moment, because again, we can't really trust him to keep all of that power limited to just the 9 hells. I think I'll go with option 2. I'd rather destroy the crown than risk it falling into the wrong hands again.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
Another element of this is what Lae'zel thinks of the whole situation, but perhaps there's another way to get Orpheus out of his prison. Well, I mean, I don't know what I don't know, guys, so I'm gonna make a big call here, but I think we're going to decline this deal, so no deal.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
Interesting. So basically, are we saying that we could simply come back here and pick up where we left off and just make the deal? Maybe. Lae'zel is obviously pissed at us right now.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why?
That's what I think as well. Maybe we should just simply steal it. Yeah, we don't need the deal. We can take the hammer from the House of Hope.
I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the bramble path. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic hammer and use it to smash the true heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. The Githyanki will be free.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't even know if there's any other way aside from the hammer, to be fair. I do want to just check out this area a little bit, because there's probably a few things to take.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
Yeah, it was Raphael.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you?
He wants the crown that's on the brain.
Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea. And what did he offer you in return for bringing it to him?
Should we be frank with him? I feel like if there's going to be any chance of the Emperor still remaining an ally, perhaps maybe we need to be open and honest about it. The means to free Orpheus.
Tell me, you turned him down.
Yes, I definitely turned him down.
Good. I am glad. But be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
I wonder if we can have a conversation with the Emperor and convince him to just accept that we want to release Orpheus for the gift, you know? Raphael, don't mind me. I'm just taking all of your chalices and plates and stuff. I guess it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to Sharessa's Caress, but still. Invasion plans for Baldur's Gate. I think we've seen that before, so won't need to worry. Oh, look at all of this. Raffish Midnight Outfit. Backless Extravaganza. I'll take all of this. Is there anything out this way, I wonder? Oh. Couldn't we just simply use the key, though? Supplication Scrapbook. This is a scrapbook collecting supplications, notes, and letters from mortals to Raphael begging for boons, help, and assistance. Margin notes call out the devil's favorites, as in this example. Says she wants her siblings out of the way so she can take full control of the family business, only so their late mother will be properly honored by its efficiency and profitability. How utterly disingenuous. One has to admire it. There's no profit for me in taking her gnarly little soul. Helping her would be sheer indulgence, but if I'm not indulging myself, why bother with any of this? Let's see. Bit of wine there. I'll grab that. And more. And more over here. Devil Don't Rhyme, a verse epic. This is a heroic fantasy in verse form, told in the first person by a bold poet who challenges a devil, clearly modeled on Raphael, to an improvised poetry contest to win back the soul of his lover. The following couplet has been circled in red ink. If the line doesn't scan, the devil sneers, you forfeit your soul and end in tears. Ha! I'll keep my time and make my rhyme. With vim and snap and no, down came the claw. Crap. Alright, there's a few other interesting looking things here. Ooh, some butter buns and stuff. Plenty of food to be had. I'll take all of that. Silver cake stand, sure. And bunch of letters here. White Pawn Orders. White Pawn. You are to find a high-profile, unresolved crime and confess to it. Turning yourself in to Porter After arranging at Baldur's mouth for coverage, you know which reporter to use. Your position in the FF barracks should make it easy to identify a crime that, when resolved, will add greatly to Porter's renown. That will cancel your debts. Don't worry about the why. It's a pawn's place to be sacrificed so other pieces can win the game. R. Yeah, so he's definitely meddling in a lot of different people's lives. White Bishop, prepare yourself for a major speech in your temple extolling Flame Porter for her successes, protecting the city and fighting crime. She is clearly a favorite of both mortals and immortals, and you can hint that fate and destiny may conspire to place her in command of Baldur's Gate. Your sermon will be printed in full in Baldur's mouth, so remember that you are speaking not just to Helm's devotees, but to every citizen of the Gate. Orate, elevate, and inspire. That will cancel your debts, and I don't doubt you will end up as a key player in the new regime. Ready yourself. White Knight, your task is finally at hand. As a commander of the Sea Tower, you're close to all the sub-commanders of the Flaming Fist. Sound them out as to their willingness to support the possibility of Flame Porter's promotion to Marshal, and perhaps even beyond. Encourage those who are lukewarm to be prepared to rank themselves behind Porter when events elevate her in power and prominence. However, for those who would oppose her, don't push them. Just make a note of their names and positions and they will be dealt with by other means. That will cancel your debts and doubtless line you up for greater responsibilities as well. Prepare yourself. Yeah, playing a game of chess with the lives of various denizens of Baldur's Gate. Alright, are we done with Sharessa's Caress? I feel like maybe we are. I assume we have been to every single room in here. So that pretty much frees us up to continue our adventures in Rivington. I do want to go back and have a chat with Shadowheart and get her to sort of come with us, obviously, to meet that guy. So we'll do that. But there's the matter of Theon and the fact that we have found her dead in the flop house. So, oh yes, and then we need to have a chat with Voss. Almost forgot about that. Alright, well, why don't we have a chat with Voss first, but I reckon we'll do that when we begin in the next episode, and hopefully we can get back to Shadowheart's questline soon after. Bloody hell, I feel like I've been saying that forever now. Chuck us that like down below as usual, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.